Hello everybody! Welcome back to Let's Play Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel. That's different to say. First time saying it. Previously, we've begun our adventure on the Heaven's Feel route. We unlocked it because you have to beat the other routes. Once you take Sakura home, the route will split. It didn't happen before because I hadn't beaten the first two routes. Anyway, I'm excited to continue, and I'm particularly interested in seeing where the plot goes, as I have no idea the initial direction. I have thoughts of where the plot will go, but I'm not sure how it's going to get started. We've seen a little bit. It's definitely already hit me in the feels. First, I wanted to mention a few things. One, I realized after someone mentioned it, but one thing that I love about the Zouken scene is that it reveals why he didn't do anything in the Fate route and Unlimited Blade Works route. He was a passive character that saw that things were kind of shitty. The Grail War wasn't going exactly as he would wanted, so it makes sense why he would stay back. And I find that Natsu writing that in to be just amazing. He really didn't leave any stones unturned, and I find that brilliant because people will always find a way to critique. So easily people would say, why didn't Zouken do anything? Well, you got an answer. Also, thanks everybody for the comments and support on the newest episode. I really, really do appreciate it. And, you know, that's just thanks. I appreciate it. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Long intros are long intros. Alright. So we're on the 4th day, where the game really begins, technically. We unlocked the opening last episode. The song's really good. Someone mentioned that it was another heaven, another something like that, and apparently I can't even watch it until I beat the game. So that's fun. But let's continue. I shouldn't even need to think twice about it. I'm a novice, and Tosaka is at her full potential as a master in Amagus. That's right, whether we should join Tosaka or not. Considering the events yesterday, it'd be smarter to join up with Tosaka. Woo! That event plays out the same. Seems like Ilya and Berserker is just a constant in the timeline. I touched my stomach, the place I got cut. It's wrapped in bandages, and touching it sends waves of pain and nausea through me. It's only natural. Sakura seeing Shirou like this could be an interesting plot point for this route. I wasn't just cut, I was almost split in half. Thanks to Tosaka and Saber, I'm still alive. But as long as Berserker is after me, I'm a dead man. But something still lingers in the back of my mind. The black giant called Berserker. The girl in white, accompanied by the strongest servant. The innocent, whimsical, and cruel girl, Ilias Veil. Ilias Veil von Einzberns. That's the name Shinji's grandfather said. Yeah. Oh, right! That's different in this route, because he met... Yeah. So that encounter, he knew that Ilya... who Ilya was. Not necessarily, but because he was told the name of her. And really cryptic message from Zouken.
Emiya-kun, 返事聞きたいんだけど。
ね、すまん。イリアってこのことを考えてた。遠坂と手を組むってことは、あの子と戦うってことだよな。
ええ、あっちがその気なんだから答えるまでよ。どのみちマスターは全員倒すべき相手だもの。イリアスフィールがその気なら、こっちだって殺す気でやる。
Tosaka's mind is made up. In Tosaka's mind, that girl is just an enemy that must be defeated, but... I know there's something wrong with me for thinking this way, but I don't want to fight her.
エミヤ君、まさかとは思うけど、イリアスフィールの外見に騙されてるんじゃないでしょうね。
Perhaps. She glares at me. She's sharp. I didn't realize it, but my hesitation seems proof that I was being deceived. Partially correct, partially incorrect. She is Berserker's master. If she has such a strong servant, she must be a powerful magus. I shouldn't focus too much on her outward appearance. I shouldn't, but...
すまん、遠坂。心配してくれるのはありがたいけど、いい返事はできない。ことがことだからな。簡単に方針を決めちゃいけない気がする。
That is such a fair and valid response, Shirou. I respect that. I'll look directly back at her and answer. Tosaka narrows her eyes a bit and nods emotionlessly.
それじゃあ交渉は決裂ね。まあ、確かにエミヤ君の言い分も正しいわ。 本当に勝つ気があるなら誰も信用できないもの。
Heaven's Feel is kind of bouncing off the walls right now. I mean, everything is coherent. It makes sense why the route is splitting. It's just interesting to see it
そんなこと
happen.
ないぞ。俺、遠坂は信用してる。ただ、一人で決められることじゃないだけだ。俺がセイバーのマスターなら、あいつに無断で約束はできない。
It's very, it's that very caring side of Shirou. You know, normally a master should make the decision, but, you know.
なるほど。確かにそうね。あなたはもうれっきとしたマスターなんだか
Is
ら。
Rin heading out? Giving a nod of understanding, Tosaka turns away. She strides to the door, her hair fluttering behind her. But just before leaving, the girl who could have been my ally gives me one last look and...
それじゃあね。次に出会ったら敵同士だから。
Alright, so... Okay, we're gonna have to see how this plays out, because the last time this happened, she erased our memories. Like the girl Ilya, she leaves a cold warning. Alright, Saber explains the rules. Okay, seriously, I'm really happy that they give you the options to skip the exposition dialogue. As necessary as it is for your first time reading this, it's so nice to be able to just get to the meat and potatoes of the story for the new route.
マスター、簡略しましたが、私にできる説明は以上です。
It's nice to be able to skip the exposition after you've seen it once fully.
ああ、駆け足だけど合点がいった。すまなかったな、セイバ
ー。すまなかったではありません。状況が分かったのなら、これからどうするのかを決めるべきではないですか。
She leans forward expectantly. I see. Saber is the same type as Tosaka. Attack first, ask questions later. That's good in its own way, but I can't decide what to do when I don't know what we should be doing.
しばらく様子を見るって場合でもないよな。他のマスターがどんな奴らかはまだわからないし、イリアってこのことも気になる。犠牲者を出さないためにも他のマスターを探すぐらいはするべきなんだろうな。
I think it's dangerous to wander around aimlessly. Damn. Maybe I should have cooperated with Tosaka.
イリア、バーサーカーのマスターがどうかしたのですか、シローは。
It's an odd feeling, and also some cryptic hecking dialogue from an old-ass man.
あ、いや、どうして俺たちのことを狙うのかなって気になったんだ。
Dude, Zouken's gonna be like Palpatine in this route, and I'm all for it. The Master Manipulator. I don't think he's necessarily like chaotic evil or anything. He's definitely an evil bastard, but I see there to be... We still don't have a motive besides the typical Magus get to the root, get to the true point of the Grail or whatever.
それに、あのことは昨日が初対面じゃなかった。前にすれ違ったこともあるし、そのアインツベルンって名前にも覚えがあるんだよ。
Then, after hearing the name Einzberns, Saber gives me a hard look.
セイバー？なんだ、お前もアインツベルンって名前を知ってるのか？
Okay, cool. Because of Shirou hearing that name earlier and saying it, Saber will give some pushback, not pushback, a response befitting this part.
知っています。逆に問いますが、シローはその名に覚えがないのですか？
Yay, Fourth Grail War.
いや、覚えっていうか、ただ聞かれただけなんだ。あの子に会う前に、アインツベルンの娘は健在かなんて、全然関係ないやつに。
そうですか。では、シローは何も聞かされていないのですね。
Saber closes her eyes and ponders.
これも何かの因縁でしょう。アインツベルンを知りたいのなら、
Oh my
もう一度
god.
教会に赴くべきです。
We're gonna see Kotomine! Bro! Now that's what I'm talking about. Also, this must be fate. Zingers!
あの神父なら、シローの疑問にもこれから取るべき道にも。
Everything's going so differently, but it all makes sense. So how you could tell it's a good written story.
教会？教会って昨日の教会か？けど、もう教会には行っちゃいけないって言われたぞ。
Oh shit.
マスターを放棄するとき以外は来るなって。
Oh, wow, I just realized Kyokai means church. At least that's what I'm getting from the dialogue I'm listening to. If that's the case, then Kara no Kyokai is, something about a church. No is a the no part of Kara no Kyokai is a possessive particle, meaning it would have to be something followed by a church, like, I don't know, man. Someone tell me what the Kara part of it means.
あの神父が敷いているルールは魔術師同士の戦いを律するために作られたあちら側の建前です。
That is certainly true. Tosaka belongs to the Magic Association, but we don't. We wouldn't gain anything from following their orders, so we can ignore them.
わかりましたか。シローにとってあの教会は最終的な避難場所に過ぎない。彼らの
Yeah,
規
fair
則に
enough.
従う義務はないのです。
Well, I'm gonna assume there's probably two meanings of the word kyokai. You have kyokai and kyokai. So I'm just gonna assume it's actually different. It's probably not church, now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm interested in what the English title for that means, if anyone wants to share.
そうだな。けど、それでもできれば避けたい。あの神父にはあんまり会わない方がいい気がする。
I don't know, man. We haven't learned much about Kirei this route, or this game. It's gotta be this route. So I have a feeling you're gonna be talking to him a few times. At least more than all the times you did in the other routes. Kotomine Kirei. That priest feels strange. It's not that I feel enmity or danger. I must not see that man. I'm scared because I might crumble in front of him.
シローの気持ちはわかる。私とて同感です。できることならあの神父には関わりたくない。
She declares this with a straight face. Eh? That's unexpected. I never thought heroic spirits would have difficulty dealing with human beings, and most of all...
俺はともかく、どうしてセイバーまで苦手なんだ？そもそもあの神父とは顔を合わせてないだろう。
Saber hesitates. After frowning, she lifts up her face as if to shake off her hesitation.
彼は前回の聖杯戦争に参加した人物です。ど
Yeah.
のサーバントのマスターだったかはわかりませんが、キリツグはあの神父を最後まで重視していた。
It's quite peculiar how much information Shirou is garnering this early in the game. Having all this knowledge can really change his actions, and as the plot is because Shirou is a very reactionary character. I've said this multiple times. The story... I know that, but what does she just say?
セイバー、なんでお前が親父の名前を？
It's really cool to get all of this information so early.
私がキリツグのサーバントだった。前回の聖杯戦争の折、エミやキリツグはマスターの一人でした。その中でエミやキリツグはあの神父を最大の敵として捉えていました。
Dude, okay, I'm kind
私た
of
ちを
really
破る者がい
excited.
るとすれば、それはあの男以外ないと。
It is so brilliant having all of this information come to light. And it does not feel contrived or anything, it's natural. Like, it's really cool storytelling when you can change minor pieces and alterate things so much, but still maintain consistency with the actual narrative, as well as character motivation and character reactions to certain things. And it stays in character. There's no plot holes in things changing either. Hold on, then what? My father was a master in the last Holy Grail War, fought along with Saber and... Bingo. He's part of the cause of that disaster?
嘘だ。そんなことあるもんか。それならどうして琴峰は黙ってたんだ？
Some things was
どうして
best
親父は
unsaid.
俺に何も言わなかったんだ。
Kiritsugu never wanted you to have to deal with the Holy Grail War.
それは私の知るところではありません。キリツグが何を考えていたかなど私には最後までわからなかった。ですがあの神父が黙っていたというのならそれはシロウが聞かなかったからでしょう。あの男は問われれば答える人間です。
I'm interested to see
シロウ
how
自身が問うのならば必ず真実を語ります。
as we've seen with every villain and antagonist so far, they're all direct foils or mirrors to Shirou. And I've talked in the past of the subtle beginning similarities between the two characters. I'm really interested to see it take off, because it's just Kirei being so important in Fate Zero and having a place of importance, but nothing truly grand. Sure, the Fate-Ra had a grand role for him, but I feel like having Kotomine as like the big boy final boss of Heaven's Feel, like if I had to pinpoint our two main bad guys, it's definitely Zouken and Kirei, obviously. Gil is gonna have to be taken out early, if I had to presume, in order to keep this necessary, or something will happen where he's not necessarily gonna change sides, but he might do an action that's completely different than we expect from him, maybe. Other than that, Emiya is a good question, but if my deduction that Shirou's character is going to be presented in his final characterization, in which we see the first complete opposite Shirou of what we've known, then I'm sure Emiya will be happy enough to not want to kill Shirou in this timeline and maybe help him out, or just stay neutral. I don't think Emiya will want to kill Shirou if what I'm believing that Shirou will become a complete opposite to his Fate and UBW counterpart, in which I truly interpret that this route will show our selfish hero at a point where he has to make the hardest choices, but ultimately they will come from a point of selfishness instead of selflessness. And I think Sakura is going to be the catalyst to that, because Shirou, it's the whole dynamic with wanting to save people, with caring for people, to realize that a wonderful girl like Sakura has been helping him out for so long, cooking for him, being a close friend, and the amount of suffering that she's been through, him not knowing about it but never getting close enough to find out, is going to destroy Shirou a little bit. It's going to affect him. And if we have Zouken playing puppet strings along with Kirei meddling in the background, I believe that we can truly get some interesting Shirou moments in which we see a Shirou we've never seen before. Saber stares at me silently, the meaning of being a master. But green eyes tell me to go to the church of my own will if I want to know about Emiya Kiritsugu. Can we have a choice to go there? No, we're going there. It's canon. Woo! For this route, anyway. I head to the church. Saber must plan to watch over me since she's following me in that outfit. I look up at the church. Even though Saber urged me to come here, I'm still not prepared. I don't feel like going in there to ask the priest about what happened 10 years ago.
Master.
I turn back to the girl behind me.
私はここで待機します。神父にはあなた一人で向き合ってください。
分かってる。ここまで来たんだ。今さら帰るなんてことはしない。
神父には私が召喚されたことは非してください。
Yeah, it's not the best idea.
同じ英霊が2度召喚されたというのは話すべきことではありませんから。
ああ、あいつにはキリツグのことだけ問いただす。すぐ戻るからちょっと我慢しててくれ。
はい。シロウも注意を。危険が迫った時はすぐに私を呼んでください。あの神父はどこか不吉だ。
God, I am really excited for this conversation.
大丈夫。何か起きたらすぐに逃げ出すし、セイバーを呼ぶよ。
I just want to see what seeds Kirei is going to plant. I have a feeling it's going to be something crazy. I take a step onto the stairs. I enter the church, leaving Saber under the winter sky. Let's go! Oh man, this song is just as eerie as ever. I don't see the priest in the chapel. In his place, I see a man sitting in a chair. His hair is... what? This... Okay, Heavens feels full of surprises. Everything's coming up. Gilhouse, man. That's pretty crazy. He must be a foreigner.
すみません。琴峰神父はいらっしゃいますか?
I ask him, not expecting a response. Hey everybody, it's Gilgamesh! Seriously, this pose really reminds me of that one Peter Griffin pose. If you guys know what I'm talking about, shit's always cracking me up. He's always looking unhinged. Like, Gil, do you want to just, like, have, like, a day where you can just relax just a little bit? The man slowly gets up. At that instant, all my muscles stiffen up. He walks to me. There's something odd about that simple action. He is walking towards me in a casual manner. That's all he's doing, so why am I getting ready to be killed by this man? The man raises his arm. He reaches out for my neck and stops midair. What did you notice?
ほう。良くないものに見入られているな、お前。
Excuse me? You are entranced by something unpleasant. And he withdraws. Okay, so Gil was going to kill Shirou, but he noticed something about him that made him stop. So he might be interested in something that Shirou is entranced by, okay? Yes, that is only natural. I'm actually the strange one for thinking he was going to kill me just because he was coming closer. No!
そこで待っていろ。琴峰に用があるのだろう。
He disappears behind the altar. Several minutes pass.
驚いたな。まさか半日と
Only half a day. He's like,
エミヤシロ。
Shirou, what the fuck? I expected more from you. Kotomine appears, greeting me with that annoying tone I remember from last night.
そんなわけないだろう。単に聞きたいことがあるから来ただけだ。そうでもなけりゃ、頼まれたってお前のところになんて来るもんか。
それは結構。私も暇ではないのでね。簡単に懐かれても困る。
Damn, does admiring corpses in the basement count as work? Kotomine draws closer, his firm footsteps filling the air. Is this what you would call invisible pressure? He has a severe air about him that makes people conscious of their weakness. It must be a good characteristic for priests, but could it also be their greatest fault?
どうした？質問があるのなら口にしろ。挨拶などする仲でもあるまい。
He's right. There's no need to be friends with them. I came here to confirm what Saber told me. I should ask him and quickly leave.
聞くことは一つだけだ。どうして黙ってたんだ、あんたは。
さて、黙っていたとは。
親父のことだ。エミやキリツグがマスターで、前回の聖杯戦争で戦ってたってことは。
Oh, I mean, he knew. But, because I remember one of my favorite parts of early foreshadowing is when, Shirou tells Kiritsugu his name and he goes, Emiya. Shirou ka. The little chuckle, like the slight chuckle was great. He does not look guilty. This man is enjoying the fact that Kiritsugu's name came out of my mouth. Oh, yeah.
答えろよ。あんたが聖杯戦争の監督役なら知ってて当然だよな。
何故も何もなかろう。お前の父が前回のマスターであったことが、お前にとって何の益になる。
I mean,
エミヤキリツグの功績はエミヤシロウには。
In a way, it kind of do, though. Kotomine's answer isn't wrong. Even if my father was a great master, it doesn't mean I get any benefit out of it. That part's true, I guess.
いや、関係はある。俺がマスターになったのは、キリツグの息子だからか。
That would be too easy. No, unfortunately, the Grail just chooses people because, lol, they have a crazy ass desire that would be fun to rip upon. I was raised as a son, and I studied magic as his apprentice. I became a master just like him and made a contract with the exact same heroic spirit. There has to be meaning behind all this. Well, there is. It's just, partial coincidence, partial fate, partial... By fate, I mean literally fate. Not the Fate game, but fate itself.
あんたは俺に 偶然マスターになったって言っただろ。そんな説明よりキリツグのことを言えば、俺はあんたの思い通り戦うと決めたはずだ。
それこそ私の知り得ることではない。遺伝によるマスターの継承など知らぬし、そもそもお前はキリツグの息子では
Yeah, not by blood. Okay.
何の用意もなく、何の覚悟もなかった人間がマスターに選ばれることは。
He's just spitting the facts out. I didn't realize. I mean, it's interesting that I didn't expect Kiritsugu to be this cold. Kotomine to be this cold and blunt. I was expecting a little different of a reaction, but let's keep going.
本来いかに魔術師であろうと、聖杯を知らぬ者に霊樹は宿らん。その例外であるお前が選ばれた理由など、私の知るところではない。
それじゃ本当に親父は関係ないんだな。俺がマスターになったのはただの偶然で、あの時
He saved me out of pure goodwill? Yes.
私が知る限りではな。だが聖杯の思惑となると、私には計り知れん。
Yes.
エミやシローがマスターに選ばれたことは偶然と切り捨てたいところだが、少なからず因果を感じる。聖杯を否定したエミやキリツグの息子に
That's a good
食
theory.
材を求め
That's
て
a
いる
good
のや
theory.
もしれん。
親父が聖杯を否定した。
It's really, really something else to get all this information just so early.
そうだ。お前の父は聖杯を手に入れるためだけにこの町を訪れた。あの男の目的は聖杯だけだった。その純粋な願いに聖杯は応え、あの男にならば自らを渡してもよいと思ったのかもしれん。だがエミやキリツグは聖杯を裏切った。
Really good work from whoever programmed this game for the sprites to change between dialogue. They really made this. They changed Kirei's sprite to this look of disdain and disgust and just disappointment all mixed in one face. Because, you know, clear at the end of Phase 0, we saw just how much that had upset him and how much he wanted to understand Kiritsugu, but at the end he couldn't, and that was what really pissed him off. But also because of Kirei's fascination with the Grail and his wanting the greater understanding of himself, and I guess the Grail too. To see a person deny it is just like, what the fuck, man?
奴は最後の最後で聖杯を破壊した。聖杯戦争そのものを終わらせるために、奴に期待を寄せた聖杯と、その祝願を裏切ったのだ。
聖杯を破壊した。
I can see why Heaven's Field is locked. You have to beat the other two routes first, because this would be way too much information to digest for a first-time player if this is the first route that they unlock. And the initial scenes of discovering these plot points are supposed to be delivered in the intended way. So that's pretty genius on Nasu's part, or whoever decided to lock this into the final route. But he was correct. A holy grail that grants any wish. Might Magi kill each other to obtain it. The holy grail is the cause of the conflict. My father did not betray anyone when he destroyed the holy grail. He ended the holy grail war as the superhero I always admired.
裏切ってなんかない。キリツグは聖杯を不要だと考えたから破壊したんだろう。キリツグは何も裏切ってなんかない。
At most, I guess he betrayed his ideals. Trying to think if what else he could have betrayed. I don't really think he was a betrayer at that moment.
そうだな。お前はそれ以前のキリツグを知らないのだったな。
Curious coming from the point of view of what Kiritsugu used to be like.
いいだろう。無駄な話だが、エミやキリツグの正体を教えてやる。
Oh gosh, that's interesting. It's so interesting how little things prod Kirei into deciding to give information, because it's interesting. Things that excite Kirei a little bit lead him to want to do something about it or give it a little spice and explain some things. The priest smiles. Ha ha ha! I love it. It is the ominous smile of someone intoxicated with delight.
Emiya Kiritsugu.
This is where we had learned that he wasn't exactly a great guy before, but this is probably where we get the truth of his cold-hearted, blooded nature.
あの男は聖杯戦争とは無関係な位置に立つ魔術師だった。奴は己が欲望、己が目的のために生き、その結論として聖杯を求めた。自身の力では叶わない奇跡。人間の力では実現できない理想。本来諦めざるを得ないそんな子供じみた夢を捨てきれなかったがゆえに、あの男は願望期である聖杯に望みをかけたのだろう。
So far, I have no objection. So let's continue.
奴がどこでこの土地の聖杯戦争を聞きつけたかは知らない。あるいは奴ではない外部の者が奴の適応性に目をつけたのかもしれない。結論として、エミヤ・キリツグはマスターとして雇われた。アインツベルム。聖杯戦争の原因とも言える魔術師の血族に
That's gonna really interest Shirou. Oh, this is so good.
過去3度にわたる戦いの末、アインツベルンは戦闘能力に特化したマスターを求めた。実際、アインツベルンの魔術は戦闘向きではない。彼らは戦いには不向きな一族だ。それゆえに殺しを避け、魔術協会に属さなかったキリツグに望みを
For all
託した。
intents and purposes, it was a good strategy, given that they had no idea that of the predicament of the Grail pinning a situation where Kiritsugu would betray because of the truth.
異端であるキリツグに聖杯の知識を与え、マスターとしての力を与え、アインツベルンの血と交わることで、より戦闘向きの後継者を生み出しもした。
There we go. So we really get the identity of Ilya being his sister. They're not blood sisters, but stepsisters.
聖杯を手に入れた暁には、エミやキリツグは正式にアインツベルンの人間として迎えられたはずだ。アインツベルンにおけるキリツグの扱いは破格であり、それゆえにどれほどキリツグを信頼していたかは容易に想像できる。
And it makes sense why they would never let him come back to see Ilya, because, you know, they put all of their trust into Kiritsugu. For a little, literally a commoner, that's so unheard of, I'm assuming, for such a grand family like the Einzberns, who probably have the largest family out of the three in terms of living people.
そうしてエミやキリツグは期待に応えた。前回の聖杯戦争においてキリツグは多くのマスターを倒した。奴と戦い一命を取り留めた者
Gonna reveal
は
that
私
as
一
a
人。
situation, huh, Kirei?
奴は的確であり、周到であり、蛮勇であり無情だった。敵にかける情けなどない。殺すと決めればただ殺した。サーバントをほふり、助けを請うマスターを這わせ、逃げようとする頭蓋に銃口を当てて引き金を引いた。
That's awesome.
殺した後の考えもない。強さを誇る優越も、消えた弱者への罪悪もない。
So this is how Urabuchi extrapolated this part of the dialogue to write the Kaneth, Dirmud, and Sola events in which that exact thing happened. It happened a little differently than what it's describing, but it's basically the same. I like that. That's one part of the story that I really enjoyed from Zero. Stuff like that didn't really bastardize the original material, but extended it. That's the parts that I think were done really well.
一言で言ってしまえば。
Yep.
あれは機械だ。元から感情がないのだ。ならば、喜怒哀楽が入り込む余地などなかろう。
親父が機械。
そうだ。奴は殺したぞ。 お前のように無関係な人間を巻き込まないなどという考えもなかった。相手の弱みを徹底的に叩き、反撃の余地など与えなかった。そうだな。もし今回の戦いにキリツグがいるのなら、お前が最も剣をするマスターになっただろう。
Wow.
非常だということが悪になるのなら、前回の戦いで最も分かりやすい役はあの男を置いて他にはなかったのだから。
Definitely interested to see Shirou's thought process afterwards. He's getting so much information that I can imagine this is gonna be shocking to him post, like during the next days.
どうした？納得がいかないか？分かっている。無論エミやキリツグは機械などではない。奴は目的のために市場を切り捨てただけだ。それが魔術による自己暗示ではなく、あくまで自分の意志だけだったというところが、奴の強さでもあり弱さでもあった。
It's so interesting to see the Kirei Kiritsugu dynamic in which you have a human trying to become a machine and a machine trying to figure out how to be human, because they were born that way and wanted to see how to become the other way but never could. And I've always thought that to be an interesting dynamic that I've always enjoyed. There's a bit more nuance than that. I'm explaining it very poorly, but hopefully you can understand my point.
冷徹であるという異なる人格さえ用意すればたやすいものを。そんな人間では聖杯に届かない、届く価値がないと信じたのだろう。だがそこまでして結局その弱さが奴に全てを裏切らせた。キリツグに一族の祝願をかけたアインツベル。5人ものマスターが倒され、所有者の前に現れた聖杯。
Interesting, that's the same as well.
エミやキリツグ自身が望んでいた人の手では絶対に叶わない願い。その全てを奴は土壇場で切り捨てた。
Yep.
それが前回の戦いの結末。お前が父と記憶している一人の魔術師の正体だ。そうして聖杯は消え、聖杯戦争は幕を閉じ、キリツグに裏切られたアインツベルンは撤退し、次の聖杯の用意に10年を費やした。
Yeah, okay, I never really thought, why did the next Holy Grail War take place so quickly? There you go. They rushed as fast as they could because they did not expect such a betrayal. Good writing.
今にして思えば、アインツベルンは今回の聖杯戦争を予期していたの。前回の戦いは、結果が出ないうちに終わった戦い。使われきれなかった魔力は、次の戦いに持ち越される。
Yeah. I can't accept Kotomine's story that Kiritsugu was a cold-hearted master, and that a noble family of Magi had a connection to my father. There's no way I can accept it all when it all comes so suddenly. All I can tell from this is that Kotomine did not lie and...
コトミネ、あんた、
Oh!
キリツグを嫌っていたのか？
Yes! I want to hear this. The man before me, the one who was uninterested in everything, actually displays anger towards Kiritsugu.
当然だ。
Of course, yep.
奴と私は両極に位置していた。私とあの男は生まれついての旧敵だ。マキリやアインツベルンには同類として移ったらしいが、私たちは共に互いを天敵だと認識していた。
Was Makiri the original name for the Matos, I believe?
天敵？親父があんたを警戒していたように、あんたも親父を警戒していたのか？
警戒ではない。互いに無視しても無視しきれん。あれはな、どしがたいほどの聖人だった。人死にを許さぬくせに、人を助けるために自らの手で人を殺す。党の命を生かすために一の犠牲が必要とされるなら、速やかに自らの手で事を成した。
You can truly see where Urabuchi, what parts were used to make Zero. These parts are very good outlines to create the prequel. Like this part is good. There's no bastardization of it. You could argue Kiritsugu is a bit more edgy than he's described to be. I mean, he's described pretty roughly, but apparently in the light novel, it's pretty bad. Like, it's like you thought Kiritsugu was edgy in Zero. Apparently the light novel's worse, and they toned it down for the anime, which is good because that does not fit with what we know about Kiritsugu.
皆が笑えるのならいいという心中の理想郷を体現するために最低限の生贄を常に用意した。その矛盾。破綻した理想は私と同じくするものであり、だが致命的に同胞ではなかったのだ。
Yeah, contradictory ideals. Yet another way we can connect Shirou to Kirei. Interesting.
奴は自らの理想に生きた。その理想は私の知り得る限り、聖杯を破壊するまで守られたはず。だからこそ自身に誇りを持ち、疑う余地なく冷徹な機械でありつつ、それが私と奴の類似であり、いかなる葛藤にも動じなかった。それゆえに奴は一つも傷を負わず、そしてあれには初めから傷しかなかった。
Jesus.
奴は作為的な人でなしであり、私は作為的な聖職者だった。
That is so fucking cool dynamic. How Kirei had to pretend to be a human, to pretend to be this priest, to oversee this Grail war, and I know that apparently in Zero, Kirei's characterization is a little off, like it's not perfect, but I'm sure I'll understand that more, but I still actually really enjoy what they did with Kirei in Zero. I know it's my first experience with Zero, and that I'm not even close to being finished with understanding Kirei, but still, you get it. He was wounded from the start, so that means the premise he believed in was wrong from the start.
じゃあ、あんたは違うのか。傷を負わないのでもなく、傷しかないのでもない。切られれば傷を負う、まっとうな人間だって。あんたは神父だから、そこが切り継ぐとは違うと。
さて、そうであればエミヤ切り継ぐと同類などと思われまい。連中が私とエミヤ切り継ぐを同視したのだ。そうだな。人間的に似ているというのなら、
Yeah, actually.
お前こそ切り継ぐに似た部分がある。幼いままの願望を持つ。
Yep.
綺麗事を信じ、そのために汚れ役を引き受ける者。自らを強大な悪として、有象無象の小さな悪を打ち消す者。
Well, that part's different. Shirou is not about that. Maybe in this round it'll be different though.
お前や切り継ぐは反英雄と呼ばれる救い手のあり方だ。
Anti-heroes? Well, Kiritsugu definitely, but Shirou, interesting. Does that mean we're gonna get anti-hero Shirou in this round? Is that what they're elaborating on? Because this is clearly unlike the Shirou we've seen in the other two rounds, the description of him.
反英雄ってなんだよそれ。
字のごとしだが、英雄の反対。どしがたい殺人者という意味だ。
あのな、それってただの悪党だろ
う。なんと誤解があるようだが、私はお前を歓迎しているぞ。何しろ切り継ぐの息子だ。
Yeah, that's cool. I like
旧
that.
敵の息子に頼りにされてみろ。喜ぶべきか悲しむべきか、複雑すぎて心が定まらん。
The priest laughs silently. I don't know his true intentions, but he doesn't seem to be bored.
さて、反英雄の話だったな。言ってしまえば、存在そのものが悪とされるもの。そうでありながら、その悪行が全体にとって善行となるもの。
Kirei is so good at
本人の
describing
意志とは
things.
裏腹に、周囲の人間が救い手と祭り上げたもの。そういったものが反英雄と呼ばれる英霊だ。端的に言えば、たとえ極悪人であろうと、その人間を生贄にすることで村人全員が助かるのなら、それは間違いなく英雄だ。
That's the idea, yes,
英雄と
definitely.
称される生贄が食い殺されようと、地中に埋められようと知ったことではない。
Just such good points, man.
貧乏くじを引かされた者、一方的に押し付けられた汚れ役が 人々を救う偉業を成し遂げたのなら、それは罪人ではなく
それ、戦死したら御社で階級が上がるとか、そういう話か。
This is so interesting as it reminds me of not only Emiya, but as kind of a interesting irony for Kiritsugu from what happened at the end of Zero with the Grail mud covering Fuki.
大きく違う。大事なのは祭り上げる側の意識だ。敬意や感謝、罪悪感から生まれるのは真っ当な英雄だろう。そんな感謝の心、罪悪感などで、まあ自らの醜ささえ忘れ、喜劇を悲劇にすり替えるのが人間だ。悪として葬られた英雄も時が経てば被害者として扱われ、純粋悪ではなくなってしまう。
It's so true. As history goes on, and as we've grown to, especially through fiction, to better understand evil people through what they've been through, we deem them as less evil or not pure evil as time goes on. That's such an interesting truth that Kirei is bringing to light. I really am enjoying this a lot because it makes you think, and it's all very these are all dilemmas in terms of morals and your beliefs, but there's truth to what Kirei is saying. You can't deny that.
純粋悪ではなくなってしまう。
そうだ。反英雄は被害者でありながら、究極的な加害者でなくては人が生み出したものでありながら、決して人の手が混ざらず成長するもの。その矛盾こそがあらゆる抑止の圧力を免除される世界の敵である。
I don't know why that reminds me of Emiya in a way.
もっとも純粋な反英雄などそうはいない。
I mean, I couldn't think of one.
あれは存在しないものだ。そういうものがいてくれたらいいという人間の願望に過ぎない。それは現在を否定するための生贄。人間の生み出した一つの理想。平穏と道義とされる叶うことのない願いの一つが
Synonym for
反英雄
peace.
と呼ばれるものと覚えておけばいい。
I love how Kirei's whole thing has been a bit meta from the start with every hero needs a villain to fight. That's one of my favorite parts of his original introduction. What he said during the first time we met him.
要するに叶うことのない綺麗事だ。お前もキリツグも正義の味方を目指しているのだろう。ならば立派な反英雄ということだ。どうだ、聖杯を手に入れた時の望みは一層英雄になるというのは。
This is some of the coolest writing I've ever seen, man. I'm loving this. I'm digging it. It's interesting because, I mean, Emiya is an anti-hero when you really think about it. So it's like Shirou's always like destined to become that. And Kira's right. Like, at the end of this childish naive dream is the path of an anti-hero. Why don't you wish to become a hero when you obtain the Holy Grail? That's an interesting defiance of that fate, though.
まあ、英雄と正義の味方は違うだろう。あんたが何を言いたいのかこれっぽっちもわからないが、そんな関係に引っかかるか。
ほう、違うとはどのあたりが。
そんなの知るか。とにかく違うもんは違うんだ。それにな、英雄なんてのはなるものじゃなくて終わった後になってるもんだろ。聖杯が用意できるものなんて結局分不相応の力だけじゃないのか。
I actually kind of agree with Shirou's idea that they are a hero is not something you try to be, but something you are at the end. I'm sure that there is contradiction in that statement, as there is in any of these kind of arguments, but I really like that idea.
なるほどな。血はつながっておらずとも親子は。
Yep, very.
キリツグといいお前といい筋金が入っている。
You must be making fun of me, as his smile is friendly. This guy hates my father, but he doesn't anger me because, well, he has yet to say anything bad about my father.
あんたさ、もしかして本当は親父と気があったんじゃないのか？
I cannot think of a timeline where that could happen. I ask him when I realize this.
こう、なぜそう思う？
別に。
では間違いだな。私はエミやキリツグを嫌っているし、そもそも話したこともない。奴とは一度殺し合っただけだ。
This is true, but a little bit untrue with how Zero had Kirei and Kiritsugu talk to each other after the after Kiritsugu escaped the Grail's tricks.
言っただろう。私たちは両極だと。
But I'm not gonna get angry about that little bit of a mistake in the writing because I actually enjoyed that scene in Zero, but I definitely could see it.
奴の願いと私の願いはそれこそ種別が違う。持たざる者の疑問など元より持ち得る者の中にはあるまい。
His eyes tell me that is why they would never have been able to get along.
持たざるものってキリツグにあってあんたにないものがあったっていうのか？
Yeah.
そうだ。私はエミやキリツグのように信じる者のために意志を変える。な。
Changing your will for something you believe in, is that like saving 10 by killing 1 like you said earlier?
わからずともいい。ただ、エミやキリツグの願いは平和だった。実にシンプルだろう。シンプルすぎるがゆえに複雑な世の中ではパーツが余ってしまう。奴はそれが許容できなかった。完璧な形を求めながらこぼれ落ちる余分を救いたがだが、それは人の手に余る奇跡だ。争いのない世界はここには存在しない。奴はそれを否定するために聖杯を求めた。理想を探し求め、手に入らないと結論を突きつけられた奴にはもう聖杯以外に道はなかった。自らの理想に追い詰められた者の末路だ。エミやキリツグという男の夢は聖杯というありえないものでしか叶わない。
A world without conflict. Did my father really believe in such a thing? He worked hard to become strong, but the more he matured, the more he was cornered by reality. But still, he still kept... Oh, shit. But still, he still kept believing in his ideal, and in the end, attained the miracle-granting Holy Grail. Emiya Kiritsugu must have experienced many failures by that time. First of all, to seek the Holy Grail means knowing your wish is unattainable by normal means. Acknowledging that part acknowledges your own hypocrisy. He wore out and strayed far from his ideal. It's really cool how... I don't... We're actually, shit! This is all a setup for Shirou to do this, isn't it? My father still sought the Holy Grail for his ideal and for everything he
でも
sacrificed.
結局親父は聖杯を壊した。願いは叶えられなかったんだろう。
そうだ。奴自身が最後に自分自身を裏切ったのだ。奴に憤怒を覚えたといえばまさしくあの瞬間だったろう。正直に言えばな。私はそれでも良いと思ったのだ。
あんたはそうじゃないのか。神父なんだろ一応。
It's complicated, my man. The priest nods, saying that a world without conflict is what everyone desires.
だがその願いは私のものではない。
Yeah.
そもそも私には人並みの願いなどない。
人並みの願いがない。
そうだ。願いとはすなわちその人間が最も心地よいと感じるあり方だ。
We still don't
エミや
know.
キリツグにとってそれが争いのない世界だっただけの
We
話
still
だ。
don't know what Kirei's true
私と
desire
は初
is.
めから基準が違う。簡単な話だ。人が幸福と感じる事実が私にはなかった。人を信じることも人に信じられることもどうということはない。
I like how this wrote.
幸福と呼ぶもので
Like, we've only
は
ever
私に
seen.
喜びを与えなかっ
We've only ever seen Kirei as this cryptic, like, weird bad guy villain dude. But this is really starting to humanize him. But also expand on our understanding of him, which makes us more interested. And it's really cool because at this point, most players probably hate this guy's guts, but as I've experienced Zero, I'm more attached to him. I mean, the memes help as well. Like, Yorokobe Shonen is like one of my favorite memes. Yorokobe Shonen. He says this emotionlessly. He is not talking to me. It's almost like a monologue. Basically. Aw, it's over, F. Oh, there's some more.
話はここまでだな。エミヤ・キリツグがマスターだったかどうか、その質問には十分答えただろう。
いや、ちょっと待った。聞きたいのは親父のことだけじゃない。
It's like I've talked enough, bro. I'm out. But my preparation for the role of master and about how I should go about fighting from now on. I bet he'll laugh and make fun of me if I ask something so stupid. I want to avoid that. In fact, I will avoid it.
他に質問があるのなら手短に済まそう。今の話は思いのほか時間を取ったからな。
No, there was something else I wanted to ask him about. Didn't I come to this church because I wanted this question answered?
アインツベルンのことはいいのか？
There we go. Kirei.
彼らにとってキリツグの息子であるお前は抹殺対象だと思うのだ。
そうだ、その話。そもそもアインツベルンって何なんだ？さっきあんたは聖杯戦争の原因とか言ってたけど。
なあ、原因だとも。聖杯戦争が魔術儀式だということは話しただろう。200年前、この地の霊脈に歪みがあると知った魔術師たちがいてな。彼らは互いに秘術を提供し合い、聖杯を起動させる陣をこの地の深くに作り上げた。それが聖杯戦争の発端だ。この起動式の作成に関わった3つの家系こそが
Really only
聖
200
杯の
years
正
ago?
当な所有者でもある。
Really?
聖杯を作り上げた者、英霊を酷使する霊樹を考案した者、土地を提供し世界に道をうがつ秘術を提供した者、アインツベルン、マキリ、トーサカ、始まりの御三家。私やお前では太刀打ちできぬ歴史と血筋を誇る者たちがそれ。
German, I see.
この中で土着の者はトーサカだけだが、トーサカとて大司府はかのシュバインオーグだ。
So that's why they use the German
トーサカの
spells.
大司府が伝え聞く通りの人物ならば人種分けなど滑稽だが、
つまりアインツベルンってのは聖杯戦争の一番偉いやつってことか。
過去ではな。だが聖杯召喚が失敗し、今のように聖杯の所有者が曖昧になってからは参加者に過ぎなくなった。今では聖杯の器を作り上げるだけの役。マキリとトーサカもそれは同じだ。彼らはただマスターに選ばれやすいという権利を持つだけの家系だな。と言っても、もともとこの聖杯はアインツベルンが考案したものだ。かの一族の歴史は1000年。分家も持たず、
So the initial history
他
of
と
this
交
goes
わら
back
ず
a
に
thousand
1000の年
years.
月を重ねた家系は少ない。
That's a long ass time, man. Family that lasted for 1,000 years without spawning any branches, rare. Yeah, that's impressive levels of incest right there.
わかるか、エミヤシロ。アインツベルンはな、1000年もの間、ただ聖杯の成就だけを追い求めてきた。1000年だぞ。聖地奪還という使命を盾に、殺して殺して殺し尽くすなどという異次元の蛮行がまかり通ったのだし。
That's a good point.
中世より連綿と続いた人の領域など逸脱した狂気の沙汰だ。
Such a good point.
彼らは熱狂的ではなく、演出的ではなく、狂信的でもなく、絶望的な十字架のみを胸に、未到達さを貫き通してきた。
They just held the hopeless cross to enforce the meaninglessness. That's really cool, man. This is really analogous to religion, isn't it? I'm not going to speak about it because I don't want to ruffle feathers, as religion isn't really a topic to talk about on the internet, but this is cool.
故にアインツベルンの魔術師は魔の領域さえ突破している。10年単位ですら忘却され消耗する集団の意志をその何倍も繰り返した挙句、ただの一度も道を誤らなかった怪物ども。
So arguably, for the Einzberns to have stayed this long means they've probably been a part of many, many atrocities then. That's nice to think about.
それが自分たち以外の魔術師を招き入れる屈辱と挫折
Yeah,
など
it was a first for them.
我々に想像できるものではない。
Interesting, that's cool.
しかしそれでも彼らは聖杯の成就を優先し過ちを繰り返し500年。自分たちだけでは手に入らぬと受け入れるのに300年。
Oh, interesting. So the first 500 years was them trying alone to do it. I see.
そしてやはり自分たちの力でなければ手に入らぬと改めるまでさらに200年。アインツベルンは文字通り自らを殺す気概でマキリとトーサカたちと協力した。その結果が聖杯の所有権を奪われ一参加者として競争し合うという体たらくだ。その屈辱に耐え守り通した血の結束を破ってまで外来の魔術師を招き入れたというのに
Makes sense now why they were so harsh on
キリ
Emiya
ツグは聖杯を前にして
as their vessel.
あろうことかアインツベルンを裏切った。
Could you imagine having a family line, like a royal family line for 1,000 years, and then contaminating it with an outsider? Like, that is such a big decision to make.
それがかの一族とエミヤ・キリツグの関係だ。お前とアインツベルンはそういう因縁のもとにある。
I see. Then it's natural for that girl to come after me. It's natural for them not to let their betrayer's son go if he becomes a master.
理解したかな。マスターになる者は皆何らかの業を背負っているが、中でもマキリとアインツベルンの執念は言葉に表せるものではない。マキリが500年ならば、アインツベルンは1000年だ。
So the Makiri family, aka the Matos, have a similar obsession. I'm wondering if that means that Zouken has been around since the origin of the Makiri family. With how old he is and with how patient he seems to be with waiting, I think that's a possibility. I'm not sure what kind of fuckery he used to live that long, but I think that would have to be the case.
正当な権利を主張するのならば、聖杯はどちらかの手に渡らねば救われぬだろうな。
I'm at a loss for words. No man can stand against an obsession that has lasted for centuries.
そう落ち込むな。エミやキリツグはアインツベルンを裏切ったが、それを非道となじることはない。逆に言えば、奴は1000年の怨霊を向こうに回してまで、斧が願いの成就にかけたのだ。それこそ、自身の内に沈むあらゆるものを捨て去って、それは十分に誇れることではない。
People who accepted him, something that he protected by opposing 1,000 years of history. I'm not buying everything the priest has told me, but if it really is true, if I'm to call myself my father's son, I have to follow my beliefs like he did.
どうした ?1000 年と聞いて戦意がそがれたのか、ね、
Just a bit.
そがれてなんかない。理由はどうあれ、俺は戦うと決めたんだ。他のマスターが何を考えようが、10年前のようなことは起こさせない。
And the priest smiles. I raise my head in determination. The priest nods, apparently satisfied.
十分だ。それがお前の戦う意義ならば、死をとして戦うがいい。長引けばそれだけ犠牲者は出る。
他人事だと思って言いたい放題だな。要するに、蒔絵になれってことだろう、それ。
Wait. I don't know why I just... Big brain. You remember Gilgamesh earlier? The reason he didn't kill Shirou? What if it's because of that that thing that I'm Zouken marked Shirou, right? Because he has a bruise on him. What if that is that's why Gilgamesh didn't do it? Sorry, I know I'm interrupting the main scene, but that's interesting to me. Okay, that's gonna be my theory for a while now. And I'm interested if Gil's already talked to Sakura or not. He had to have, right? Unless the night that we walked her home was the only...
他にかけるものがないのだから仕方あるまい。何？それほど絶望的な策でもないぞ。お前にはマスターを感知する能力はないが。
Turn my back to him. There's nothing else I need to ask. I've kept Saber waiting, so I should be going back now.
待て。一応聞いておくが。
That's a weird one.
お前は治癒の魔術を習得しているか？
してない。それがどうした？
いや。ならば、負傷者が出たのなら連れてくるがいい。犠牲者を出すのは教会としても見過ごせないのでな。間に合うのなら、こちらで治療は引き受けよう。
Fortunately, I don't think that's what you're going to be doing with him. I stopped.
驚いたな。あんた治療魔術なんてできるのか？教会じゃご法度だろ？
Not exactly the best priest.
本来は管轄外だが、覚えた。昔、目の前で死病月に死なれてな。それを機に手を染めてみたのだが、
I once had someone die in front of me.
相性が良かったようだ。
Could that be his wife? Because remember at the start of Zero, that we were told that Kirei's wife had just passed.
ああ。ただし、お前本人の治療には見返りを要求するぞ。
お断りだ。死んでもお前の世話になんかなるもんか。
Savage. I turn away and this time I really do leave. What a scene. What a scene. Why are my status weapons? Okay. I'm not sure what got... Oh. Was it... No, that... I'm not sure. That's fine. I leave the church. Saber must have been waiting undercover. She appears as soon as I come through the door.
話は済みましたか、シロ？
ああ、親父がどんなマスターだったかも、アインツベルンとどんな関係だったかも聞いた。ついでに身の振り方も忠告されたよ。なんだかんだって世話焼かれちまった。
あの神父があなたに協力的だったのですか？
Kind of different, right, Saber? I don't know what's wrong, but Saber's bewildered.
シロ、どうしました？やはり
That's
何か
amazing.
代償を求められたのですか？どうして私を呼ばなかったのです？
I love
危険
Saber
が
so
迫った
much,
時は
man.
呼
I
んで
love
ほしい
this.
とあれほど言ったではないですか？
I must have had a strange expression because Saber draws near and peers at my face.
それで何をされたのですか、シロ？あなたの傷はまだ完治してはいない。少しの油断で昨夜の繰り返しになるのだとあなた自身も分かっているはずです。
Saber draws even closer.
傷を見せてください、シロ。昨夜の傷は私にも責任がある。その責を返さないままあなたを死なせるわけにはいかない。
Saber reaches for my shirt as if to rip it off. She doesn't look scary at all, but rather... Oh crap, I was trying to hold it in, but my laughter spills out.
シロ。
Wow, Shirou laughed again? What is this, the second time he's laughed? Her hand stops. She realized what I've been trying to suppress and glares at me.
シロ。他者の動揺を楽しむのは良くない趣味だ。
Her protest is so entertaining that it brings a smile to my face.
シロ。
いや、悪い。セイバーがあんまりにも慌てるもんだからびっくりしちまった。その嬉しい誤算というか、俺も間抜けだったっていうか。
嬉しい誤算ですか？何か含むものを感じますが、当然納得のいく説明をしてくれるのでしょうね。
I must have hit a nerve because she gets even more emotional. Saber's like the class president. She seriously gets mad when I do something stupid, and since she's serious, her real character appears.
何をニヤニヤと笑っているのです。私があなたの容体を見誤ったことが
Oh, it's pretty
そんなに
funny.
楽しいのですか。
すまん。正直に言うと嬉しい。今のセイバー、妙に元気だからな。
はい。私の体調に異常はありませんが、それが何か。
いや、そういうことじゃないんだ。なんというか、初めてセイバーの素顔を見たっていうか、セイバーがちゃんと女の子なんだって実感できてよかった。
Oh, that's cute. Saber jumps back.
何を言うのです。サーバントに性別など関係ありません。私たちは敵を撃つだけの存在なのですから、そのようなことで喜ばれては困る。
She glowers at me, probably because she's mad or astonished. But I somehow don't feel bad, and I'm still smiling. Even though she's a servant, she's a human as she appears. I don't know about the other servants, but the girl I made a contract with is not just a familiar that only knows combat. She said she has not helped me yet. She saved me from Lancer, and she tried to let me escape from Berserker. She saved my life twice, but she still thinks she hasn't helped me yet.
お人よしなんだか完璧主義なんだかな。
何ですかその目は。マスターといえど、同すぎる言動は無視できません。
Damn.
シローがそれ以上おかしなことを言うのなら、私にも考えがありますが。
Saber's gonna give you a bad ending.
わかったわかった。わかったからそんなに怒らないでくれ。単に俺と契約してくれたサーバントがセイバーでよかったってだけの話。
何を言うのです。私はあなたに呼ばれただけだ。私の意思であなたと契約したわけではありません。私を選んだのは
Baka.
他ならぬあなたではないですか。
ただの偶然だけどな。だからまあ
That's actually
今
really
はそれが
sweet.
悔しい。
Wow.
初めからちゃんと自分の意思でセイバーの手を取りたかった。
I hold up my right hand. This is something I wasn't able to do at the very beginning. I have to make the promise I should have made before. This is so wholesome and sweet.
ずいぶん遅れちまったけど、いいかな。
Without a word, Saber walks over to me and shakes my hand. Her slender fingers. I feel her warmth through my
これ
hand.
から一緒に戦ってくれるか。俺にはセイバーの助けが必要だ。
And I feel like Shirou and Saber are already bonding more than they did in UBW. Should I be scared? Should I be terrified? That's the real question here.
私の誓いは変わりません。あなたの剣となるために好みを召喚されたのです。それに助けが必要なのはお互い様です。聖杯を手に入れるために私はあなたの力を借りる。あなたが信頼してくれるのなら私はその心に見合う力を振るいましょう。
Her hand is warm. The hesitation within me disappears without a trace. It has been half a day since the night it all began. I'm finally able to realize that she's my ally who will fight alongside me. We will wait until nightfall to go out into the city. After some discussion, that is what we decided. As Kotomine said, I can't sense other masters. Saber's the only one who can sense our enemies, and even then, she's only able to sense nearby servants. So naturally, our plan is to walk around and find information. It's like counting on luck, but it's risky but certain, according to Saber. Masters aren't going to be holed up in their hideouts all the time. If the Holy Grail War is a race, you have to do something to get ahead of their competition. That means the servants search for the enemy's hideout, while the masters use magic to set up traps. We can use that to our advantage. Lots of magical energy will be needed if either one does something. Even though I can't sense other magi, I can detect the lingering traces of their power. If we patrol the city looking for that, I'm sure we'll find some signs of other masters. This is information I'll be getting by using myself as bait. I have no other method besides being bait, just like Kotomine said. We'll start the patrols tonight. Saber told me to stay at the house, but I refused, saying I would go with her. After a long, unproductive talk...
わかりました。では、必ず私と共に行動すると約束してください。夜中、一人では決して外に出ることはしないと誓えますか？
Saber finally accepted my point of view. Well, Our course of action is decided, but there are two more problems.
シロ、先ほども説明しましたが、私は余分な魔力は使えません。今夜出陣を控えているのならなおさらです。
ああ、できる限り眠って魔力の消費を抑えるんだろ。
Dude, that's a mood, man. Ow, shit. I scratched my ear too hard. What the fuck? Why did that hurt so much? Ow! Good lord, that actually hurt.
俺からの魔力提供がないセイバーは自分だけで肉体を維持しなくちゃいけない。セイバーの1日の魔力回復量が8だとすると、肉体維持に必要な魔力は6。で、余剰の2が貯められる貯金になる。
Basically, it's a good point.
通常の戦闘で消費する魔力は、うまく温存すれば10ぐらいだっけ？
こちらが一度も傷を負わず、鎧を破損しない限りはそうです。ですが、同格な英霊相手ではそのようなことはありえません。シロ風に言うのなら、ランサーとの戦いに50、バーサーカーとの戦いに至っては200ほど魔力を消費しました。
Damn. Damn. She was pierced by Lancer and her stomach was slashed by Berserker. Makes sense for her to have used a lot of magical energy to heal those wounds. Makes sense, but...
肉体の治癒にはそう魔力を使いません。むしろ破壊された鎧の修復の方が大きい。私の魔力はその大半を守りに固定していますから。
Soka. That's how it is, according to her.
鎧も体の一部なんだっけ？肉体の維持と鎧の維持は同意なわけだ。鎧を脱いでいるのは魔力の維持のためなんだよな。
Perhaps.
はい。ですが、他のサーバントにその必要はないでしょう。私は霊体になれないので武装を解除するしかありませんが、ランサーやアーチャーは非戦闘時に霊体になることでマスターへの負担を減らしているはずです。
なるほどなるほど。下ごしらえはこんなんでいいかな。シロ、食事を用意してもらえるのは助かりますが、少々緊張感に欠けるとは思いませんか？
That's why that was in the that's why the cooking was in the background dialogue. Sorry for not speaking the last few minutes. I was just engrossed into what she was to the whole conversation.
いや、そんなことはないけど。
I don't, but it is true. My sense of urgency disappeared. I was surprised when Saber told me about her condition after our strategy meeting. As I don't provide her with magical energy, she has her hands full with maintaining her body. I tried to change our course of action, saying that it should be impossible for her to fight in that condition, but...
なあ、セイバー。もう一度聞くけど、お前の今の魔力量っていくらだっけ？
シロ風に言うのなら1000ほどですが。
So it's something ridiculous like that. She said she spent about 200 against Berserker, but she still has that much magical energy remaining, and she says it's not full. It's scary to think how much magical energy she would have had with a proper master, yeah. Her capacity is way beyond human, and I stopped stupidly thinking how many times more of my magical energy it would take to fill her up. I finally understand why Tasaka called Saber the most superior servant.
そりゃ緊張感もなくなる。敵は6人しかいないってのに、そんだけの魔力があれば怖いものなしじゃないか。
Aw, man, if only that were the case.
それはただ戦うだけの場合です。先ほども言いましたが、宝具の使用には 莫大な魔力を必要とします。今の私では宝具の使用は厳しい。
Saber's mad. I can't tell if she's mad at me for being a burden or because I'm keeping her here when she has to sleep.
魔力の温存は分かったよ。けど人間食事も大切だろ。昼は余り物で済ませちまったから夕飯はちゃんと食べてくれ。
いいでしょう。元より私もたやすく宝具を使う気はありません。
Oh, oof. Saber's angry. Saber says in a dissatisfied manner, takes a seat. Yosh, good. She might complain, but she always listens to me. So the problem of conserving magic energy is settled now. In the first place, it's not something we can do anything about, and the only way to help ourselves is to get a better understanding of our current situation. So...
しかしシロ、先ほど問題が2つあると言いましたが、あと1つは何なのですか？
ああ、もうすぐ来る。口裏はさっき合わせた通りにやってくれ。
They cut some white radishes and put them into the solution. Is that what that said? Saucepan. Saber tilts her head in confusion. There.
ただいまー。シロ、晩ご飯作ってるかな？
That like low-key scared the shit out of me. Taiga, do you want to just like chill just a little bit? Just a little bit?
お邪魔します先輩。
Yo, now we feel better. The scariness has gone away into bliss with Sakura being here. I hear the usual voices from the entrance. Oh, now they're gonna see Saber for the first time. Oh. Oh, Sakura, no, I don't want to see her like that. So. Wait, no, they're looking at... Have they met already? Shirou, why are they looking at Shirou? The silence is painful. It's only natural. Fujine and Sakura are confused, and they're looking at me for... Oh, no, okay.
今日からうちに下宿することになったセイバーだ。よろしくしてやってくれ。
Damn, straight into the point without any hesitation. It's been 10 minutes since that was my explanation to them. This lack of protest feels awkward. I want to take a sip of tea, but I feel like the sound of it would echo through the room, so the hot tea sits there untouched. But sitting here won't solve anything. I have to move forward with courage.
とにかく、親父を訪ねてきたんだから、帰ってもらうわけにはいかないだろ。観光に来ただけだから、そう長くは滞在しないっていうし。
Poggers. Jesus. Saber's like, what the fuck, man? The silence continues. By the way, I can understand why Sakura and Fujine are quiet, but why is Saber looking so surprised?
まあ、キリツグさんの知り合いなら仕方ないか。外国に親戚がいるとか言ってたし、セーバーさんもしっかりしているようだし、私は反対できないかな。藤村先生、それは。ごめんね。さくらちゃんの気持ちはわかるけど、ここはキリツグさんの家だから。それにさ、外国からここを頼りにしてきた子をほっぽり出したら日本の恥でしょ。そうでなくとも最近は物騒なんだからこんな可愛い子を追い出せないわよ。
Interesting.
それはそうですけど、先輩はそれでいいんですか？
ああ、元からそのつもりだ。セイバーにはしばらくうちにいてもらう。さくらはセイバーが下宿するのは反対か？
いえ、お知り合いの方が住むのはいいと思います。
Oh.
まあ変わった名前だろ。名前通り不愛想だけどいいやつなのは保証する。あんまり日本に慣れてないんでおかしなところもあるけど、さくらが教えてくれると助かる。
はい。先輩がそう言うならいいです。
Is she nervous because Saber's a foreigner? No. Sakura nods while looking away from her. Female competition! Oh! So it's dinner time. I put extra effort in dinner to welcome Saber to make up for lunch. I begin by preparing a minced bonito salad, then fried chicken with a zesty spring onion sauce, a classic meat and potato stew, and to top it all off, a variety of tempura, including shrimp. I went all out on this meal to the point that the variety of dishes is downright sinful, but that's a lot of food, dude. How much money do they spend on food? Like, I wonder if Nasa just had a meal generator to come up with the meals that he would make Shirou cook in the game. It's not popular with the main guest and my pupil. My pupil!
うわ、何この天ぷら。中がホクホクで美味しいとかいう話じゃないよ。どうしてくれるのよ、シロ。私普通のエビさん見直しちゃった。
Well, it's all good since Fujine's enjoying it enough for the four of us. Dinner ends without trouble thanks to her. I don't know what happened, but Fujine gave some of her food to Saber. I guess Fujine likes Saber because she's quiet. Saber and Fujine left to prepare Saber's room. And Sakura and I clean up after dinner. There's nothing wrong with that because it's part of the usual chores.
食器は俺が洗うから、さくらはテーブル周りを頼む。と、天ぷら油はまだ捨てなくていい。蓋して奥にしまってくれ。重いけど大丈夫か？
はい、大丈夫ですよ。私、こう見えても力持ちなんですから。
She's being very serious when she says this. She picks up the pot of oil. Good. So since she does archery, I didn't need to worry.
まあ、弓だって力だけで引くわけじゃないけどな。
I washed the dishes, then...
あれ？先輩、タオルが減ってますよ。ペーパータオルも空っぽだし。
え？どれどれ？あって、ほんとだ。なんだろう。
That's weird. Why is there less,
タオル専門の窃盗犯というのは難しいですね。
That's a very fair point, Sakura.
だな。そんな泥棒は泥棒じゃない。
The plates have been moved around. The paper towels are gone. Some towels are missing. According to these clues.
そうか。遠坂がいたんだ。
Oh no, don't say that. Poor Sakura. I remember now. Tosaka was the one who treated me after that incident with Berserker. I'm pretty sure that she used the paper towels during my treatment.
先輩、遠坂って遠坂先輩のことですか？
ああ、ちょっとした縁で家に上がってもらったんだ。そのつまんない路地で怪我しちまってさ、偶然通りがかった遠坂が親切にも手当てしてくれたんだよ。
Dude, don't phrase it like that. No. Don't phrase it like that. I don't mean the last half, of course. My school's proud honor student died last night. Damn. It's highly regrettable, but the image to Sakura as an honor student died inside of me.
どうして遠坂先輩がここに来るんですか？そんなのおかしいです。だって全然関係ない。ここにいるのは私で、先輩とあの人は全然関係ないのに、どうして？
Ow. Oh my god, the pain in her voice, dude. That sadness and pain. That voice actress is doing such a good job. Oh boy, that hurts, man. That hits hard, bro. I know some people are probably gonna get all like mad at Sakura for being so defensive and so easy to jump to these conclusions about other women being around Shirou. But I feel like you need to empathize with her and have some understanding, as well as I've been in similar but very different situations, and it's very easy to shut down and feel like this when things like that happen and you can't explain them to yourself rationally, so your mind comes up with all of these reasons for it, and it just kind of consumes you and eats you, and then it immediately brings your mood down. And I understand that so very much that it really hurts to see that, because I can empathize with it completely. Sakura hangs her head and tries to control herself. I'm at a loss for words at this sudden event. She hugs herself tightly as if enduring some Oh! Oh my god. Oh lord, this is not... Oh, this game's not gonna do... Oh. Oh no. The fuck? Okay, it's nighttime. Jesus Christ. Yay, we're gonna go scouting after... Oh my god. Hugging yourself when you have that unease is something I've done a lot. So, needless to say, I understand it. It's 11 o'clock. We waited until the town fell asleep before we went
では
outside.
シロ、とりあえずこの町の中心に向かうのですか。
Sakura's state didn't change after dinner's cleanup. If anything, it got worse. She lost all her energy and was absent-minded as if she had a fever. And on top of that, she didn't want me to walk her home, so Fujine had to take
そ
her.
れともあちらの町に行ってみますか。
Jesus.
他のマスターが潜んでいる可能性はあちらの方が高そうですが。
Come to think of it, Sakura was acting strange the day before yesterday as well. She looked downcast and seemed afraid of something.
シロ、もし聞いているのですか。シロ、シロ、今夜の方針を聞いているのです。
Yeah, Shiro's got a lot on his mind. I raised my head in surprise. Saber's right in front of me, looking angry.
すまん、気が緩んでた。これからどうするかだな、セイバー。
分かっているのなら繰り返す必要はありませんね。どちらの町にも言えることですが、地脈の流れにわずかな支障が起きています。
Oh,
他の
a
マスター
choice.
が行動を起こしているのは間違いないでしょう。 選
Watch
択
the
次第では今夜中に一人減らせる。
Watch the first choice be one that gives you a bad end if you pick incorrectly.
いきなりマスターと戦うかもしれないってことか。けど、もし相手があの子だったらどうするんだ。バーサーカーには勝てないんじゃないのか。
マスター、今の私は万全です。魔力提供がないとはいえ、
Yeah,
5体
man,
満足
Saber's
なら
gonna
ば
flex.
オイソルと破れることはありません。まあ相手がイリアスフィールの場合のみ撤退することになるでしょう。
The only one Saber's cautious of is Berserker. She does not talk about other possibilities, such as when we might encounter Tosaka. For Saber, Tosaka is merely an enemy she must defeat. But to me, masters are people we have to stop, not kill.
セイバー、確認するが、マスターとサーバントが降伏したときは戦いをやめる。俺の方針はレイジを使い切らせてマスターでなくすこと
It's
だ。
very risky.
分かっています。ですがシロ、敵がこちらの申し
ああ、その時は聖杯戦争のルールに従う。マスターとして戦う以上、その終わりは受け入れているはずだ。
We start descending the hill. We can patrol this town or Shinto. Tonight we will... Shit. Alright, this is probably a very important choice. Secure Shinto or explore the neighborhood. Okay. Well... I don't know. Like, why do I get the sense that this choice is super important? I'm a little nervous because who knows what one place has and what the other has. Well, fuck, man. Guess I'll. Secure the neighborhood. Yeah.
今夜はこっちを見て回る。ここのところ様子がおかしいし、足元を救われる前に調べてみよう。
同感です。目に見えてわかるような異常はないでしょうが、丁寧に見回れば手がかりは得られるはずです。
Hopefully this choice doesn't bite me. Yeah, we'll look around the residential district over here first. We'll go down to the intersection after that and patrol the other side of town. If we can't find anything wrong, we can go to Shinto to go look for some clues. If this choice ends up being like not that important, I'm gonna be a little salty that it caused me this much anxiety. We patrol the residential district and make our way to the intersection. There wasn't anything wrong with our side of town. We can now go to the hill with the western style houses and maybe even go as far as the Ryudo Temple. Oh! Okay. Stock. woman scream sound effect means we gotta go into sicko mode, like fight one of the servants. Yeah, huh? A sudden chill runs up my spine.
Saber, これ
Saber must have felt it more clearly as she looks over towards Shinto. So wait, it was at Shinto the whole time? The presence I felt starts to fade, but I'm sure I heard a scream and felt a strong wave of magical energy. I knew it. This is what I hoped would happen. So why is my mind paralyzed? I was prepared to fight. After I almost died, my hesitation vanished. But now my body would not move and my head would not give any orders. It's probably too sudden. I didn't expect to find it on the first day. That's why I can't move. I'm used to getting attacked, but I'm not used to doing the attacking. Very fair. How stupid of me. I'm fine with getting killed, but I never thought that I might have to do it myself.
悲鳴が止みました。感じ取れる気配も消えかけています。
Oh!
何が起きたかは分かりませんが、このまま
Who got no. If Sakura has gotten hurt, I will see it. I will see it myself that I build a temporal machine that will transport me into the Fate universe, and I will murk the son of a bitch. Okay? That erases everything. The numbness throughout my body disappears. The fear that I might kill. I was yawning, not moaning, just to be clear. Is overridden by the fear that I might let someone die. Yeah, that's probably the greater fear for Shirou, really.
Saber.
I apologize for my cowardice and start to run full speed. We run to the origin of the scream, where we'll fight someone to the death. I'm not prepared at all. My limbs are shaking. It's a normal reaction. The fear will always be there as long as I don't desire the Holy Grail and lack the will to fight. That's right. If I have a reason to fight, I must believe in it. If my enemies are arming their minds with a desire for the Holy Grail, I must defeat this fear with a desire to stop all conflicts. I run into the park. The magical energy emitted is strong and ominous. It's like oil polluting a clean stream. Even I can feel energy this thick. Okay, what's going on? Who's here? Saber stops. She has analyzed the situation before me. Okay, there's blood. Probably a corpse or a dying person. My body trembles. My head loses its cool and fills with disgust and hatred. It's like seeing vampires in stories. A woman in black has her mouth on an unconscious woman's neck. A woman? Oh, Caster? The dripping blood is excessively fresh. That thing is eating a human being. I don't mean that it's eating the human flesh. That woman in black is sucking out what's inside the woman! Oh, wow. Things like her mind and her memory. The unconscious woman does not move at all. Her skin is like grave wax. She looks like she's been turned into a doll. That's disturbing. My throat can't move. It's not that I'm surprised the vampiric woman is a servant. My eyes focus behind her on the clear figure that is watching over the woman in black. What, you bitch?
誰かと思えばエミヤじゃないか。すごいな。お前の間の悪さもここまで来ると長所だね。
Okay, so it's Rider. Okay. Shinji, I'm gonna need you to back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up, because I'm not in the mood for your seaweed head ass right now.
Shinji, what?
My mind is numb. In this route, learning about Shinji being a master is just so like fast to the point, like, oh, okay, he's a master. I can't grasp the situation. I can't make the correct decision. Why is he here? What is that book in his hand? How can he laugh when there's a woman that's about to die? Why? Why is such a ridiculous thing taking place before my eyes?
どうした？何固まってるんだエミヤ。サーバントの気配を嗅ぎつけてやってきたんだろ。
Wow, that,
なら
you
も
know
っと
what?
ちゃんとしろ
Big
よ。
brain Shinji.
一応さ、バカなお前にも分かりやすいように演出してやったんだぜ。
I will give Shinji that, big brain. He doesn't sound like the Shinji I know. His voice is high-pitched. Just hearing it makes me uncomfortable.
殺したのか。
I clench my fists. He's like, well, I didn't do it. She did. I don't even take notice of the servant standing right there before me. My mind is frozen. I should be fleeing in terror from this inhumanely powerful being, but I feel no fear. My mind is about to explode.
はあ？殺したのかって。バカだねお前。サーバントの餌は人間だろ？
Is it though? Actually, yeah, he doesn't have magical energy to give to her.
まあ僕もどうかと思うけど仕方ないだろ。こいつらは生しか口に合わないってんだ。
That's awful. They have to be alive during this.
魔力を与え続けるしかない。
I don't know what's funny. But Shinji laughs. Hi. The servant in black does not move. That's what you meant by black. Okay. Could you imagine how many years it would take to grow hair like that? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's gorgeous hair. Like, holy shit. She's like a trained war dog. She will not move on her own. Like a puppet, she will not move without orders from her master, but she will turn into a murderous devil once the order is given.
Okay.
Ooh, I love that. Damn, it's so nice to hear Shirou angry. Doke! I say this with a hound in front of me. There's no time to waste. That woman might survive if I hurry.
はあ？どけって何さ？お断りだね。食い残しが欲しいんなら手を出せよ。
Alright, Shinji. That was hilarious. I'm dying.
それはお前の使い魔だろ。
シンジ。
Come on.
戦わせてみようぜ、エミヤ。僕はサーバント同士の戦いが見たくて人を呼んだんだ。お前だってマスターだろ。なのにブルブル震えてさ。そんなんじゃそこの女と変わらないじゃないか。
I wanna just like deck him in the schnoz, man.
引く気はないんだな、シンジ。
しつこいな。どかしたかったら力ずくでやれよ。
Yeah, Shinji's the embodiment of make me.
ま、震えてる分には構わないぜ。どのみちお前にはここで痛い目に遭ってもらうんだからね。
Shinji's eyes light up with hatred. That must have been the order as the servant in black jumps forward and
出ます。白は後ろに。
Saber moves to meet the attack of the servant in black. Two shadows collide. Having armed herself immediately, Saber uses her invisible sword against her opponent. The sound of clashing steel rings out. Saber readies herself firmly on the ground in contrast to the servant in black who runs through the park. Saber cannot keep up with the speed and goes into defense. Her long hair fluttering behind her, the enemy closes in as if to corner a slow prey.
なんだ、ただのデクノボーじゃないか。マスターが三流ならサーバントも三流だったな。
Shinji, I want you to just like stick that book so far up your ass that it comes out your mouth. Standing away from the fight, like me, Shinji laughs. I don't know how he became a master, but it seems he's not a very talented magus. Shinji does not provide his servant with any support. He's the equivalent of a Pokemon master tossing his Pokemon and saying, "Do it!" Then he must have become a master by chance, like me. Saber blocks another attack and stops. She looks troubled. She glares in irritation at her lightning-fast enemy.
いいよ。構わないから決めちゃえ、ライダー。じいさんの言いつけは守ったんだ。エミヤのサーバントを始末するぐらい不可抗力さ。
That's different. So he did make a move. Zouken actually made a move. That should alarm Shirou, considering he's met Zouken. And I doubt Zouken had. I wonder if Zouken actually told Shinji that they'd met. The black shadow speeds up. The servant in black follows her master's order, speeds up to cut Saber's neck, and he's sliced enough. What? Homie, excuse me? The match is decided in an instant. Saber's sword cuts Rider's body, and the servant. What the fuck? So you're telling me that Rider is just the assassin of Zero, or she just gets bodied? Oh man, please tell me she survives somehow. I thought this would be like she'd be like the main servant for a while, because like Castor was the big boy one in UBW, and he was like hitting a sandbag with a bat Saber's the batter and the blown sandbag is Rider, of course. I love that sprite of Shinji. It's my favorite. The mood changes. Shinji blankly stares at Rider, who is wounded.
嘘だろ
I love Saber's face, who's just like, looked at him like, you little bitch. And they blankly stare at Saber, who puts away her sword disinterestedly.
なんだよ何やってんだよお前
He scorns his servant. Shinji yells without running over to his servant, who has her belly sliced open. Dude, fuck you, Shinji.
誰がやられていいなんて言ったんだ信じられないこんなの命令違反だこの僕がマスターになってやったのにエミヤのサーバントなんかにやられやがって
Rider strenuously raises her body in a pool of her own blood, but she cannot get up. Her wound is fatal. Even though she is a servant, she will die if she is not treated soon.
このさっさと立って戦え死人どうせ生きてないんだ傷なんてどうでもいいんだろ何グズグズしてるんだよこのクズ恥かかせやがってこれじゃ僕の方が弱いみたいじゃないか
Dude, I feel like UBW was the most tolerable Shinji. They're already making him the biggest dirtbag. Like, good grief, man. Shinji curses Rider. That is so messed up. Shinji, you deserve to get sliced in half like that. Seriously. But Saber's unable to bear it.
ライダーを攻める前に自身を攻めるがいい。いかに優れた英霊であろうと、
Yeah,
主に恵まれ
get
なければ
destroyed.
進化を発揮できないのだからな。
バカ早く立てって言ってるだろマスターを守るのがお前たちの役割なんだ勝てないんなら体を張って食い止めろよな
言っておくが、それも無駄だ。霊樹を使ったところで貴様にライダーは直せない。
Yep.
ここまでだ。ライダーのマスター、我が主の言葉に従い、聞きたくはないが降伏の意思を尋ねる。霊樹を破棄し、敗北を認めるか。
This easy? No way.
うるさい化け物が偉そうに命令するな
Fuck you.
立てライダーお前の主人は僕だろ犬のくせに主人の言いつけが聞けないってのか
I also have a feeling with what the little hint that they dropped, I'm pretty sure that that Shinji probably abuses Rider in a certain non-consensual way. Sparks are flying around. It must be because she cannot follow Shinji's orders, as pallid electric charges are tormenting her. What a vicious cycle. Rider cannot fight anymore, but Shinji is condemning her for not being able to get up, despite the fact that her injuries are getting worse and her life is draining away. Yeah, Saber's gotta be angry. Saber reaches out for Shinji.
立て動けライダーどうせ死ぬんならこいつを道連れにして消えやがれ
Rider reacts to Shinji's orders. Rider's body moves to follow the orders that is her death as its premise. But then...
そこまでだ
What?
どうやらお前では宝の持ち腐れだったようじゃ
Dude, Zouken Okay. Zouken's like, Shinji, you're basically a pig. Fuck. Okay, I did not expect this, but... Zouken's like, are you stupid? I tell you to do something and you can't even do this right. The voice of an old man interrupts. The sound of crackling flames.
本が燃える
Oh my god, how is, what is Zouken gonna do? Shinji's book is burning.
なんでくそ消えろ
Zouken did it.
なんで燃えてんだよこいつ
He frantically beats at the fire, but it does no good. The book turns to ashes, and at the same time, Rider disappears. Oh. Okay. 1 servant down, and 2... What is this, like 3 hours into the game? Jesus Christ. If this is the pacing they're gonna go with, we'll be finished by next week. I'm kidding, but that was fast. Christ. How are we ever going to learn her identity then? Huh.
やれやれ、見込みはないと思っていたが、よもやこれほどとはな。孫可愛さで目をかけてやったが、これでは見切らざるを得ぬわ。
This is satisfying. This is so satisfying. I didn't expect much from you, but Jesus, you could have done like a little better. Where was he hiding? An old man, Matou Zouken, appears out of the darkness of the night.
おじい様。
わし以外に誰がおるのだ、バカ者。せっかくのサーバントを殺しかけおって、それでも我が血脈の後継者か。
なんで邪魔したんだよ。勝てばいいんだろ、勝てば。僕はマトの後継ぎなんだ。
Interesting. If Zouken has seen this, would this propagate him into trying to use Sakura more and entering his hand into this war? Because he's already established that he's trying to meddle, but as Shinji couldn't do anything, and now that Rider's gone... How exactly would Zouken use Sakura? That's the question I'm having. I use him against Shirou, sure, but... As he has lost Rider, his grandfather must be the only person he can rely on, but...
知れ者め、お前のような出来損ないに勝利など求めておらぬが、その身に求めたものはな、無力でありながらも挑む我らの誇りじゃ。
That is savage. I'm interested if Zouken would have just... If this was a huge test for Shinji, and if he could prove himself, even if he was losing, if Zouken might have stepped in to help or
にも
something.
かかわらずこの手たらく、マキリの名に泥を塗り寄って、全く親子ともども一門の面汚しような。
Jesus.
僕が
Ouch, apparently.
親父と同じだと。
That's a low blow for, apparently.
たわけ、それ以下じゃ。
Oh my
無
lord.
能であったお主の父は、さらに救いのない不良品を生みよった。
Alright, Shinji's gonna turn into a big boy villain this route after getting wrecked like this.
それでも構わぬと一縷の望みを抱いておったが、
Wow.
それもここまで。血筋ばかりか、
This
精
is like...
神まで腐らせ
This
おっ
is
て。
like a burn beyond a burn, man. We stand Wakame abuse, man. Because I love seeing this. Zouken is making me love such an evil dirtbag.
マトウの血はお前で終わりだ。
Yep. It's been a rough past few generations for the Matos. The old man turns away from Shinji in disgust and walks toward us. Saber retreats. She must have felt something ominous in the old man.
なるほど。これではライダーが敗れるのも道理。さぞ名のある英霊とお見受けした。さて、となるとわしは死ななくてはなるまい。あのようなものでも血縁でな。この身に変えても命だけは救わねばならぬ。
Wait, seriously?
まっこと肉親の情とは命取りよ。
I mean, Shiro's not gonna let that happen, but really? I'm surprised. It seems the old man stepped forward to give Shinji a chance to escape. Matou Zouken must be confronting Saber so that he can protect Shinji, the one seized with fear behind him.
そら早々に立ち去れい。契約の書も燃え、マスターでなくなったのだ。ここを生き延びれば、こやつらもお主を襲うまい。父親同様、無意味な余生を送るがよい。
It is interesting to see that, as scummy as he is, he actually cares a little bit. Shinji glares at the old man as he retreats. Saber does not go after him. She must not see the point of going after Shinji, who is not a master anymore. Shinji crawls away, and when he gets to the edge of the park, he turns around once and runs off like crazy. That face, though. My stomach turns sour. I smell rotten meat from somewhere.
は、みすみす見逃したが、なるほどなる。
Savage. Love it. Saber stands like a statue, her eyes locked with his. It seems like she is protecting me from his gaze.
セイバー、下がってくれ。そのじいさんとは顔見知りだ。少し話がしたい。
Not killing him here is going to end up being the biggest mistake of all time.
いけません。この男は人間ではない。話すことなどなく、 聞くこともないはずです。
Wow, Saber can tell that much? Interesting.
分かってる。それでも聞いておかなくちゃいけないことがあるんだ。頼む。すぐに済ませる。戦うかどうか。
Saber pulls herself back a bit. She does not back up, but she's giving me the chance to talk to the old man.
それでどう説明してくれるんだ。
さて、ただ説明しろと
Damn.
押し付けな男よ。質問は構わぬが、何を問うておるのかわからんのでは答えようがないぞ。
シンジのことだ。なんだってあいつがマスターになってたんだ。さっきの様子じゃあんたが担ぎ上げたように見えたが。
That was chance, my friend.
何を尋ねるかと思えばそのようなこと。答えるまでもない。戦えぬわしは孫にヒノキ部隊を譲ったというわけだ。
マスターを譲った？
Wait.
それはつまり。
If he can do that, can he make Sakura a master? Oh, jeez, that would not be good.
お主と同じだ。エミヤの後継ぎ。
Shiro's like, what?
聖杯が現れると知り、わしではなく孫にサーバントと契約させたのだ。己では叶わぬ夢を弟子に託す心情は理解。
Yeah, actually, interesting. Then what? Magi become masters, so that means Shinji knows magic and his family is a family of magi?
魔術師。マトウの家も魔術師の家系だっていうのか。
And again, we're learning this very early, so.
知らなんだか。この土地には当社かとマトウ両家が根を張っておるとはいえ、当に我が血族は廃れておる。この土地の権利は名実ともに当社かのもの。マトウはかつての権利にすがって細々と生きている。
All this lore between the families.
じゃあ、遠坂もあんたのことは
当然であろう。
Sorry for skipping the dialogue on
我ら
accident.
と遠坂はかつての同胞じゃ。意識が争いに変貌してからはたもとを分かったが、共に対岸を抱いた同士、聖杯戦争に絡まぬところではこういうは
Enemies in the Grail War, friends outside of the Grail War.
おう、確かキャツから小娘に代替わりしたのであったな。
Yes.
ここ10年ばかり留守にしておったゆえ、キャツの弟子
Tosaka's very
の
talented.
器かは見知らぬが。
He laughs. I don't know what kind of feelings he has for the Tosaka family, but Matou Zouken laughs happily.
遠坂とかつての同胞だと言ったな。じゃあ、マトウの家は一番初めの聖杯戦争からここにいるのか。
うん。マトウと名を偽りこの国に根を下ろしたのだが、どうもそれが間違いだったようじゃ。この国の土は我らには合わん。この200年で血は薄れ、今ではあのような出来損ないが後継者という。
マトウ。
They are actually called mockery. If Shinji is from a family magi, then Sakura's. Yeah, there you go. Too bad she's actually Tosaka, but the point stands. She is a part of a magi family.
ん？いや、何？ただの言葉遊びじゃよ。正体を隠すためだが、
I see.
名というものは決してできんのでな。
If anyone could explain to me
名といえど、
the meaning
に通じていなくてはならない。
of the two words and how they play against each other, I'd love to hear that. I don't care about that. There's only one question that matters now.
じゃあ、さくらはもシンジと同じよ
Oh
うに。
no, what if this gives Zouken the idea?
これはいいなこと。さくらがマスターだと。そのようなことはありえまいに。
What do you mean by that?
どうやらお主の父親はまともな教育をしなかったようじゃな。
ありえない。さくらに魔術師としての素養がないってことか。
それ以前の問題じゃ。その魔術師の家系は一子相伝が基本。よほどの対価でなければ後継者以外に魔術を伝えることなどありえない。
Are we already gonna learn the truth about the two Tosaka heirs?
兄弟など最たるものだ。後継ぎは2人もいらん。マトウの名が廃れていなければ養子にでも出したのだが、魔術回路がないのではもらい手などおるまい。
Wow, we're already getting this explained too. Sakura actually lacks magic circuits? That's unfortunate.
じゃあさくらは
It
シ
should
ン
be
ジが
up.
マスターである以上、答えは明白である。後継者に選ばれなかった片割
She
れは、
doesn't know.
己
Okay.
の家が魔道であることも知らぬわ。
Then, what does she know with what you're doing to her?
まあ、兄が使い物にならなければ妹とも思っておったが、すでに勝敗は決した。今さら何も知らぬ孫を聖杯戦争に駆り出すこともなかろうよ。
What's gonna make him use her? I sigh with relief. That's good. I'm surprised the Matou family is a family of magi, and it's problematic that Shinji was a master. But I'm relieved to know that Sakura doesn't need to concern herself with such a murderous war.
勝敗は決したと言ったな。それじゃもうシンジは戦わないんだな。あんたも現役じゃなくて、さくらだって聖杯戦争に関係はないんだな。
うん。だがシンジがどう出るかはわしには保証はで
You
きない。
can't promise that. Fair
あ
enough.
れは魔術師というものに執念を抱いておる。
It's probably the only redeeming quality is his stubbornness, I guess.
身内の恥じゃが、魔道の血はこの国に根付いてから薄れていった。
Yep.
まったく、だというのにどこで秘伝を紐解いたのか。あれは選ばれた人
Yeah,
間
that's
の
exactly why.
重りを持ちながら、同時に生まれつき劣っているという凶悪観念を持っ
That's
て
exactly
育
why when
ち
Sakura came along, it became so problematic for him.
放任がたたったのだろうが、少年というものはなかなかに強制できん。このよ
Yes.
うな明確な敗北を受けても諦められるので
And
は
Zouken's gonna head
手
out.
の施しようがない。
The old man starts shrinking. No, it's just an illusion. He was backing up silently.
ともあれ、シンジは敗れた。こたびの戦いは早々に我らの敗退となったが、
Biggest mistake
それでもこの
of
老
all
体
time
を切るかね。
if we don't kill
セ
Zouken.
バーのサーバントよ。
その言葉が真実ならば無益な戦いはしない。だがもし偽りなら次はない。それは貴殿の跡取りも同じこと。懲りずに我が主を
He
狙
could
う
care
のなら
less. He's like, alright, yeah,
その時
go
こそ
for it, man.
容赦なく切り捨てよう。
うん。しかと。
The old man disappears. What is this? Matou Zouken melts into the night just like when he appeared. All that's left is this rotten smell. I force down the feelings of nausea and pick up the unconscious
教
woman.
会に行くぞ、セイバー。まだ間に合う。あいつならなんとかできるはずだ。
承知しています。女性は私が。
おって、そうか。
I let Saber carry the woman. There's no time to waste, even though Saber's smaller than me. She's more powerful. I should let her handle this instead of trying to show off.
先行します。離れずについてきてください。
Saber starts running. I run full speed after her so I won't get left behind. Back to Kotomine! The church is lit, even though it's midnight. I took the woman from Saber and entered the church alone. When I yelled for Kotomine, he came out and quickly retreated to the back with the unconscious woman. He said that his room was the only place he would be able to treat her. I sat down. I've done all I could. Now it's up to Kotomine. I'll believe in him and wait. I keep waiting. I'm worried about Saber, who's waiting outside, but I can't leave. And I want to think by myself for a while. The Matou family was a family of magi. Shinji became a master and obtained a servant. Matou Zouken had his successor participate in the Holy Grail War, even though he lost his powers as a magus. The Einzberns family aren't the only ones obsessed with the Holy Grail. Kirei and Tosaka. No, in the first place, the only ones who became masters are those who cling to the Holy Grail. Saber's no exception. The Einzberns family has sought the Holy Grail for 1,000 years. Their persistence is not something I can do anything about. They can only be saved by the Holy Grail. My father went against them and destroyed it, but would I be able to pursue my wish to such lengths? Like the Einzberns and Makiri families, do I have the right to compete against those who have sought the Holy Grail for centuries?
まさかな。負傷者を連れてこいとは言ったが。
Oh, this saving, he's like, bro, what the fuck?
コトミネ。
I raised my head. He doesn't look gloomy. Then that must mean the treatment was successful.
コトミネ。あの女の人はどうなった？
持ち直しはした。あとは本人次第だ。ここに連れてくるのが半時ほど遅ければ、今頃は本職に戻らねばならなかったが。
そうか。すまない。世話をかけちまった。 あんたが起きていてくれて助かった。
どうした？
Yeah, are you
私に礼
sick?
を言うとは熱でもあるのか？悩み事なら相談に乗るぞ。
Ooh.
どうだか。悩み事なんて山ほどある。
Damn!
それを増やしたのは他ならぬあんただろ。
I love their like.
これ以上
I just love this
あんたの
dynamic
長
between the
話
two
なん
of
か
them.
聞くもんか。
I love when Shirou dislikes somebody, he really dislikes somebody.
なんだ、昼の話は迷惑だったか？後押ししてやったつもりなのだが、迷いを増やしただけとは。
The priest shuts his mouth, looking regretful. It's not that I'm letting him get to me, but
そのさ、知ってるやつがマスターだったんだ。
not being able to bear it by myself, I just have to say it. The priest says nothing, he just nods.
当然倒したのだろうな、エミヤ・シロ。
I nod in response to a short question.
ならば悔いるな。人間には過去を変えることはできん。我々にできることは常に自身の行いを是とすること
Sound
だ
advice
け。
from the priest.
それでも罪を背負いたいのならば、これからの自身の行いに問うがいい。
Dude,
す
Kirei
でに
actually
起
be
きた
spitting
惨事を
facts
どう
though?
捉えるかは。
His words are plausible. The problem isn't that Shinji was a master, that the Matou family is a family of magi, or that the Einzberns family tenaciously pursues the Holy Grail. The important thing is what I'm going to do from now
帰
on.
る。あの人のことよろしく頼む。
I get up to leave the church. Saber's waiting for me outside. There's no more reason for me to stay here if the woman is
待
alright.
てエミヤシロ。
Okay.
一つ助言をしてやろう。
Sweet. This is gonna be important. Gotta put my big brain cap on.
長話は聞かないって言っただろ。
なに、すぐに済む。
Yeah, fair
こ
enough.
んな夜更けに治療をしてやったのだ。治療代として話に付き合え。
I can't object if he puts it like that. I reluctantly turn around to see that the priest is right behind me.
昼に
Scary.
言い忘れたことだ。アインツベルンの望み。1000年の願いを叶えるために彼らは生き続けてきた。なるほど。
Mm-hmm. This is why I don't like this guy. He accurately points out my doubts even when I haven't said anything, yet he just reads you like a fiddle. Just gotta read you like a fiddle, da-da-da-da.
うるさいな。また蒸し返そうってのか、お前。
そうではない。私はな、そう意識するほどのことでもないと言っているのだ。そう、特別視する必要などない。この戦いはよくある出来事に過ぎないのだよ。日々の営み、人々の幸福が結晶化したものが聖杯戦争だ。参加すること、殺し合うことに罪悪などない。
That's an interesting way to take that.
あらゆる人間は自分だけの望みを持ち、それを果たすために奪い合う。人間の一生とはそれだけのものだ。大小はあれ、その思考性だけは共通する事項だろう。
Again, he do be right. I always love Kotomine's advice. His little ramblings of advice. It's so
望みを叶えようとしない人間はいない。
true.
無論成否は別だ。人間は己が望みを叶えるために生き、その全てが目的に届かず終わるのだから。物事には順序がある。願いを叶えるためには相応の努力と蓄積が必要だ。
Honestly, I could listen to Kirei
そ
talk
う
about
し
this
て
kind of
積み
stuff all
重ね
day.
る頃を
I really could.
我々は人生と聖杯とは単にその徒労をなくすだけのもの。人間の生き方をよりシンプルにしたものが聖杯戦争という。つまり何も特別なことなどない。7人のマスターは己が人生をもって果たすべき長い過程を 聖杯という近道で短縮しようとしているだけのこと。それ以外は何も変わらん。他者の願いを自己の願いで塗りつぶしていくのが人の営みだ。
I hate how accurate Kirei can be sometimes.
聖杯戦争もお前の人生も変わらない。お前はお前の望むまま気負うことなく勝ち抜くがいい。
He says cheerfully, there is no difference between a vulgar wish and a noble one. The quality of the wish is irrelevant. I just need to trample over the wishes of others. Yep. I don't know if it's sarcasm or not. It's really the truth. But he's seriously saying even an incomplete master like me is worthy to fight.
らしくないな。あんたが人の心配をするなんて、どんな風の吹き回しだ。
Not the right way to interpret it.
何？しなくても良い話をしたからな。悩みを解きに来た者にさらなる迷いを与えては神父失格だ。
Not the response I was expecting. Man, I bet Tosaka would say he makes a lousy priest to start with.
余計なお世話だ。
Ouch.
じゃあな、衛星神父。
Jesus Christ, Shirou.
なあ、これに懲りなければ
If you
また来るがいい。
Come again if you have not had enough. I snort and walk to the exit. I leave the church for sure this time. Yeah. Saber's waiting outside. I think it was like this earlier too. Saber waits for me in the cold winter night without complaining. A master and a servant might have this kind of a relationship, but Saber's by my side because she is concerned for my safety. I believe I have to answer her with the best honesty I
あ
have.
の人助かったよ。セイバーのおかげだ。
礼には及びません。あの女性を助けようとしたのはシローです。
Her expression is very gentle.
いや、そんなことないぞ。あの人を助けたのはセイバーだ。俺だけじゃきっと間に合わなかったし、それに。
I think Saber let Matou Zouken go to save that woman. We would have ended up fighting if we stopped that old man there. She definitely would have died. Yeah. Such a selfless act is gonna bite us in the ass. Saber took that into consideration and let him go.
何ですかシロー。その理由もなく頬が緩んでいるように見え
It's
ま
kind of
すが。
sad that that's rare for Shirou, honestly.
理由はあるよ。セイバーが思っていた通りのやつでよかった。
何を言うのです。私は別に
Oh,
シローの指示が無茶だとは思ってなど。
how sweet.
そうか。散々甘いだの手ぬるいだの、戦いを何だと思っているのですかなんて言ってたじゃないか。セイバー、努力はするけど状況次第で方針は変えるって顔してたぞ。
そんな顔はしていません。マスターの身に危険が迫った時は私の判断を優先すると言っただけではないですか。それをそうかなどとよく言えたものですね。
It's one of my favorite Saber faces right there. Saber frowns. I smile since her expression is totally different now.
シロー、どうやらあなたには一度礼節とはどういうものか教え込まなければならないようですね。
Well, okay. I'd love to see that.
機会があったら頼む。けどセイバー、今はそれよりこの戦いを終わらせよう。
Yeah, we need to end this damn thing.
シロー、
俺はセイバーみたいに聖杯が必要ってわけじゃなかった。戦いを終わらせて最後まで残れたら聖杯はセイバーにもらってほしい。
So different, man. Heaven's Feel is already
そんな
really
半端な
good.
自分でセイバーは本当にいいのかって迷いがあった。
I love how different, like I said, I love how different it is, but how realistic it is according to the events. Like, it doesn't feel contrived or like things are just happening because the whole different route. It all feels natural.
そうですか。では今はどうなのです。あなたは今夜自分の意志での戦いを経験した。
Yeah, this is
あ
already
なたの考えは変わりましたか。
a stark change for Shirou having this action taken at an early point. Also, yeah, I feel like Saber and Shirou bonded more already in Heaven's Field than they did in UBW. Not to say that they didn't bond in UBW, but this is just my opinion.
いや、これが全然まだ聖杯戦争には納得できてない。
Yeah, that part's not gonna change. I don't
必
think
ず最後
anyway.
まで戦う。俺には他の連中みたいに聖杯で叶える願いはないけどさ、誰かを守ること、正義の味方になることが俺の目標だったんだ。それが他の連中に劣っているとは思えない。なら相手が500年だろうが1000年だろうが向こうに回して戦わなくちゃいけないと思うんだ。
It's interesting how that part of the equation had such an effect on Shirou's thoughts.
なるほど。確かにそれは筋が通っている。では私も今一度誓いましょう。
Saber says fuck 2.0. Aw, yeah, I'm kidding.
あなたが私の主としてふさわしい限り、この身はあなたの剣となる。シロウがシロウである限り、その期待を決して裏切ることはありません。
精一杯努力する、セイバー。
Man, that is so sweet. The sweetness is killing me, man. Saber and Shirou's relationship is just reminding me of the fate route, man. It's getting me in the... It's hitting. It do be hitting. Look at her smile, she's so sweet. Her direct smile is embarrassing, so I look up. The winter's chill makes the starry sky more beautiful.
決して裏切ることはない。
Okay. If you're gonna play that line twice, that means it's gonna be really important. Don't scare me like this, video game? Novel game? Oh no. My, foreshadowing tingles. My foreshadowing senses are tingling. Why would they play that line twice if there's no reason? Okay. Look up at the night sky, a world apart from tonight's events. The girl that waited for me in this cold weather said that. Then I'll believe in myself, so that I can always be worthy of her trust. So that I will be able to look back on my actions without regret. Woo! Pog! Yay, we finished the day! Oh, Omen. Well, it looks like some pretty gnarly shit's gonna happen on this day, which is pretty exciting if I don't, if I do say myself. End of day 5, I think. Anyway, that was a long ass episode, bro. I'm a little tired as it's 1:30 in the morning, but I'm glad to have recorded it because I knew that if I didn't record it tonight, I had to, like, after work, I took a long ass nap and I was like, I need to record, I need to record, I need to record. I'm like, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. I'm glad that I did because I had a good time. And it means another episode's coming out for you guys without a month of waiting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I really had a fun time. I'm loving this route already. I hope you guys can tell that much at least and are excited to see my reactions and are loving the analysis and all my reactions and stuff like that. For all of you that stayed all the way to the end of the episode, you're a trooper and I really, really appreciate you. I just want to tell you that I'm quite grateful and thankful for your time and the fact that you'd stay and listen to me read and talk over some crazy piece of fiction is really sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. And to those who haven't already, please be sure to leave a like on the video. Comment down below anything that you'd like. I'll be sure to look at them and respond when I can. That stuff really helps out the YouTube algorithm as it pushes out the content farther. I'm sure you guys know this already, but it sure does help out. And if you haven't, be sure to subscribe for more fake content. And then after Heaven's Feel, I'll be starting other Let's Plays along with more Nasuverse stuff. So, Hollow Ataraxia is after Stay Night anyway. But I'll also be doing another Let's Play alongside Hollow Ataraxia when that comes to be. So, stay tuned for that. I'm not sure what else to say. I'm very interested in what's going to take place. I really want to see Sakura some more. That's what I'm, like, kind of the most excited for right now. Because right now it feels like Kirei is like the main heroine almost. We've had so much Kirei, and that's not a bad thing, but man, for Sakura's route, we are getting a lot of Kirei, which that's pretty funny. People on my Discord server say Kirei is the main waifu of Heaven's Feel, and I'm like, I kind of see it now. Like, I'm getting there. I kind of get it. with all that being said, I just want to say thank you so much one more time for staying with me and enjoying the episode. And I wanted to let you know that wherever you are, whoever you are, whether it's morning, day, evening, or night, be sure to stay safe and take care out there. And I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, everybody. And I don't have anything witty like I like to sometimes do, so I'll just leave off with thank you.